if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of. Hello guys, Michaela here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another speed build. Today I am tackling my own shell challenge that I posted about I guess it was probably like a month and a half ago, somewhere in like early January, I think. And it was quite a big shell, which I also I also wanted to have it as a giveaway sort of thing. So if you submitted an entry on the gallery and you make sure that you placed a social media handle on there, or you messaged me on my social media, you would be eligible for a random draw of the challenge. So you can get either a stuff pack or 2 kits of your choice if I draw you. As always, the winner will have 24 hours to reply. If they don't reply, I'm just going to choose someone else. I wanted to make sure that I'm impartial and it's not based on what I like. So that's why I'm doing a random draw rather than choosing the build that I like the most, because I feel like it would be unfair to a lot of people actually. So I wanted to kind of eliminate this subjectivity out of the equation, and that's why I decided to not do it, to do it as a random draw. So I turned my entry, or like my take on the challenge, into 2 townhouses that I placed in like the city area of Brindleton Bay. I think this is the lot next to the vet station, but I'm wrong. I could be wrong. It's a sporting space lot in Brindleton Bay. It's a 30 by 20, and these turn out to be 2 units. One is for a family with a kid, and the other is for either 2 sims or a single sim. That's up to you. So the yellow one is the bigger one, so that's for the family, and the next one, that's going to be blue, I think, is for only a single sim. So I imagine that the family owns it and they rent the other one to someone else. So I imagine that would be quite like a nice storyline. I know that the residential rental unit, or like the lot type, is fairly buggy these days, so I'm not sure if I should like upload these builds as like a normal, you know, residentials, so that you could actually place them in your game. But yeah, I don't know, it just, maybe they will fix it. Hopefully they'll fix it, because it's I've seen a lot of people say that it corrupted their games, it corrupted save files, which is heartbreaking if you play for generations with your families. So yeah, I hope they fix it soon, and I'm not sure. Let me know if you want me to upload these to the gallery in like residentials rather than the residential rental. I can do that. That's for sure. So yeah, I started university again. Hopefully my last semester of university. Or like full classes at least, because I might need to have one more semester because of my thesis, but that's a story for another day. So yeah, it should be my last kind of like study semester. I have quite a nice schedule, even though today, or like Tuesdays, which I'm recording this voiceover earlier, because I have classes on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Wednesday might get shuffled around a little bit, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna have like a full day. Like I should have like from 9 to 3, I think, or if it's more like just an afternoon thing and I could have the class in a different day. But I basically have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and Thursday, Friday is like free days, and I usually recorded my voiceovers on Friday mornings, which is where the video comes out, on when the video comes out. So my videos obviously come out on Friday, kind of at 8 p.m. Central European time. But I wanted to make sure that I have the 2 days that I have off of school to work on my school stuff, right? So I realized, or like I decided, that I'm going to record my voiceovers on Tuesday afternoons or Wednesday mornings if some of my classes get moved. because it will allow me to have full days on Thursday and Friday to work on my thesis and other school projects and homework and things like that. So I have like full day of recording. So I usually do recordings on like Friday mornings, but to save time and to make sure that I can work on my school projects or like uni projects, I decided to record them a little bit earlier, which I think is completely fine. But what I wanted to say that my Tuesday starts at 7 in the morning, and for me to get to school at 7, I have to wake up at 4:50. And today my brain loves me apparently and decided to wake up, and it decided to wake me up at 3 in the morning, and I just could not fall asleep. So I basically slept like 5 hours, maybe even less, because I went to bed like 10. So that's what, 5 hours, yeah. And honestly, because I could not sleep the day before that either, I've slept like 10 hours combined in the last 2 days, and I am exhausted. I know it might not be that much for people who maybe are used to sleeping less, but my kind of rule of thumb is like 7 to 8 hours, and sleeping like 5, 6 hours 2 nights in a row is absolutely killing me. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to record this voiceover because I was a bit worried that I'm going to sound like an idiot and that I'm going to say something stupid. So far, it's been okay. I think it's not worse than it normally is. So it's more, yeah, I don't know what I was trying to say. So yeah, my schedule is not bad, but it could be better because of the morning, like early mornings. But it's probably better than the like evening lessons. So yeah, I guess neither is perfect, but the 7 a.m. lesson is like very hardcore, and it was a very hard morning today, and I cannot wait to go to sleep this evening. So I'm just gonna record this voiceover, get this done. I have another video to edit, so I'm gonna do that after that, and then I'm just gonna lay on the couch and relax because honestly, I am absolutely knackered. So how is your Friday going if you're watching this on the first day when it comes out? I think your Friday is probably going much better than my Tuesday because it's Friday. Friday is always a good day because it's weekend after that. Yeah, so let's go back to the build. So I talked over the living room, which has a kind of like a very autumnal, or like this entire townhome has like a very autumnal color scheme. So it's like very like orange and this mustard yellow and like dark brown and like burgundy. But I'm so in love with that. I was inspired by the couch that I used in the living room, which has this like throw, which is kind of similar to the color of the chairs that I use from Paranormal. And then it's just, yeah, I use my favorite brick that I've been using everywhere recently. It's from Realm of Magic. I love it. I've used it in so many builds in the recent weeks. And yeah, so that's why I decided to use that. And yeah, I'm very happy with how these turned out. I knew straight away what I wanted to do for this for the challenge when I was working on it. So I knew that I wanted to create townhouses because I've been having so much fun with the multiple lot units. Like we can have multiple units on a lot, and it's really a lot of fun. I know, as I said, they're corrupted. They are kind of not working as they should. But for me, as a builder, it's so much fun. You can kind of give personality to one build. Yeah, I have a couple more in store. Next week, I have, again, a commission, which I've been doing quite a lot lately. And that was for a kind of like a trailer park, which I built in Willow Creek. And the week after that, I hopefully will finally share my Evergreen Harbor apartment, I think. It's like a very modern apartment unit. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna furnish all of them or just some of them. Depends on how lazy I'm gonna be, I think. So it's either gonna be like the kind of like owner's apartment and one more apartment, or I will do them all. But there is 6 of them and they're not like super small. Yeah, I'll see. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. And then I don't remember, but I have some smaller builds as well. I would like to do tiny home in the near future because I've been building big things, especially with the kind of rental, residential rental lot type, it kind of forces you a little bit to build big things. Or even if you're not building big things, you place a lot on the lot. So for example, like with the caravan, like the trailer park that I'm gonna be sharing next week, I have like 4 trailers, which are not big, but there are 4 of them. So it takes a lot of time, and I think that might actually end up being one of the longer videos on my channel, because I started editing earlier today when I had like a break in between classes, and it was like actually like more than 30 minutes when I started editing. So I think I might be able to get it to like 28, 27, 25 minutes maybe. So we'll see. But it's going to be a bit longer, I think. But that's fine, because I was a bit skeptical about the idea of a trailer. Sorry about that. A trailer park, but it ended up being a lot of fun, so I'm happy I accepted that request. Because I have a couple of requests that are kind of pending, I will kind of mix and match between like a commission and a build that's not a commission, like for my own sake. So like this week I'm building this week I'm sharing a non-commission build, next week commission, then my build, and then commission. So I think the next commission might actually be a build in Tartosa, but I'm not 100% sure. Also, so I'm recording this on Tuesday afternoon, so I haven't seen the trailer that The Sims dropped on Tuesday evening, but we got the crystals on there. So I saw someone actually suggest that we might get like crafting from like the glass, so you can make like jewelry and things like that, which I think could be very cool. But yeah, you'll know what it was when you're watching this. I think I'm just not gonna talk about it. Anyway, I already finished the downstairs, and now we moved on to the upstairs. So there is a smaller bathroom, which is only like a half bath, I believe, up here, which is accessible from both the bedrooms. And there is a master bedroom. I used a bed from the horse range pack, and here I have a second bedroom, which is for a kid, and I again used a bed from horse range, but this dresser is absolutely gorgeous, and that one is actually from the high school years back. You know what? We have so many packs now that I sometimes struggle to remember names. Yeah, it's from the high school years back. Speaking of high schools, I've watched my friend's Create for Sims stream earlier this week, last week actually, and I was inspired because she was working on a high school, like the high school building, and I might actually give it a go. We've had high school years for what, like 2 years now? Year and a half? And I might actually finally start or like try building high school. We'll see. Anyway, so here we move on to the second townhome, which is a complete opposite of the first one. So the first one is very dark, moody, kind of autumnal. This one is very light, so it's like a nautical theme, sort of. Even so, I chose the light woods. It combo with like white and this like darker blue, which again, as I said, was very nautical, and I think these like coastal vibes go really well with Brindleton Bay. Even though we are not in like the dock area, I think it's still a very nice color palette for a home that's in this world. So yeah, that's why I decided to go for it, and I think I'm very happy with that. I was a bit unsure about it at first because I don't like going that light, because sometimes the white and the light wood can be like very overwhelming. But I think in here with the dark blue, it really ties nicely together, and it's not that harsh, that like clinical even, I think. Yeah. So this one is a lot smaller. It actually is like a loft home, because the upstairs is lofted, like open to downstairs, which I thought was like a really nice touch and something a little bit different. And because I did not have that much space upstairs and I didn't really need that much, I just decided to go for that and do it like a loft, not like a full-on yeah, I don't know, like full on second floor, like next door. I kept the kitchen fairly simple. There's not much space in it, so I had to keep at least one counter free so that your Sims would be able to cook. But I made sure to add like simple touches here and there. And I also absolutely love this little nook with the record player. It's one of my favorite items that we got recently. I use it a lot, especially in like modern builds, because it's just so versatile and so fun. Yeah. Here I am changing the chair to this one from Horse Ranch. I used quite a lot of Horse Ranch here as well, but I think this one has a bit more of a kind of contemporary vibe. Yeah, contemporary vibe than the next one. So I think it's quite a fun touch. That it's like mix of more modern and more traditional. So I imagine that it's someone who maybe it's their first home, they're renting it from the family next door, and they just, you know, kind of maybe thrifted some of the items, which I thought was nice. The bathroom in this house is very small. It's only a 4x4, so I think I ended up using the wall shower, and I'm not sure if I used the one from Snow Escape or the one from, okay, so I used the one from Discover University. I know it's not great. It breaks a lot. It breaks a lot, but yeah, I wanted to use that one. I feel like the Snowy Escape one just didn't really fit with the vibe that I was going for. And now we're moving on to the upstairs, which is where kind of a bedroom office area is going to be for the sim that lives here. And after I finish this, we're going to move on to the backyards, because sometimes I do them first, but sometimes I'm just not sure about like a color scheme or the style that I'm going to do on the interior, and I want the exterior or like the backyards or like the furnishing outside to match the furnishing inside. So that's why here I decided to tackle the backyards at the end of the building process, and I'm very happy with that because it gave me the chance to really like match it to the build. I don't like matchy stuff, so that's not like not what I'm usually doing that much. Or I do like matching stuff, but not like fully, just like eclectic matching. I feel like is a better way to put it. I used a desk from high school years here, which I thought again felt really nice with the with the kind of eclectic vibe that I was going for. And I absolutely love this bed from Seasons. It's one of my favorite beds, like generally, but here with the blue, with like the more darker blue downstairs, I felt like the lighter wood up here is really pretty, and I was very happy with how that turned out. So I really love the contrast between the two townhouses because they really feel totally different, right? The style is not that different, but the color palette is like totally different, and I love that. It's a lot of, that's why I think these rental residentials are a lot of fun, because you can do different things on one lot, and that's realistic, right? Because if you have like because for example here in Czech Republic we have a lot of these like blocks of flats, but there's like very specific communist blocks of flats, and they're big, and you have like maybe like 20 apartments in one of them. And yeah, so that's why I used to live in one of those apartments when I was smaller. So for me, it's normal to have maybe more buildings, or maybe a lot of families live together with like other generations. So it feels really cool to have the ability to create lots with multiple styles of homes. Basically, yeah. Now we're moving on to the exterior or the backyards. I made sure to place some planters, a barbecue, some seating. I think I also placed some like other activities for your Sims to enjoy if you decide to move them in. But I kept it fairly simple. I didn't want to overdo it or just add too much stuff for it to feel like super crowded. So I think I placed a chess table here, I placed some benches here and there, and yeah, that's almost it for today's video. So if you want to download this build, it's available on the gallery. My ID is michaelasimsyt, or you can try the hashtag michaelasimsyt, because that might work a little bit better. If you prefer tray files, you can download them. Add a link in the description on my Ko-fi page, as always, if you like tray files better than the gallery, which I totally understand, especially with the gallery being very buggy at the moment. And yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. If you don't want to miss any of my future uploads, please subscribe and like this video as well. And yeah, have a great Friday or whatever day you're watching this, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted, you've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head, I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test, I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing.